Adhyatma Sharanam. The inquiring mind or intellect of human is the cause of the development of the entire humanity. This very instrument of human, that is intellect, makes human different from all the species of the earth. By applying this very intellect only, man has caused enormous development throughout the world. There is nothing in this world that cannot be achieved by utilizing our own intellect. When man starts using this very equipment, intellect, to sublimate him, to rise above, to reconstruct and renovate the environment, he finds that broadly there are two fields of items, entities, where this intellect can be utilized for every research, for every development. So, what are those two broadly speaking categories of fields wherein we use our intellect to make this very world a better place to live in? We can classify it as category number one, subject, and the other category we can say as object. Subject and object. Subject is the field, subject is the category wherein all the human beings who are involved in one way or other for searching, inventing, discovering, rationalizing anything on the globe, all those persons either using the objects of the world or researching on that, on those things, all human beings come in the category of subject. And in the category of object, all the entities other than the subject we can take in. Think. We have divided all the items, objects, entities of the world broadly in two categories. One is subject and second is object. Now, for sake of example, Albert Einstein is subject, and this subject, Albert Einstein, is working on the theory of relativity. So, the field of object upon which the great scientist Albert Einstein researched or invented is the objective thing, and Albert Einstein is subject who had invented, discovered, unfolded a great theory of relativity. such as Aryabhatta is subject, and what he discovered in the world is object. So broadly, there are two categories. Now, the subjects, the plural, the subjects who are researching in the fields of objects can have many tendencies, many different varieties of inclination in their researches. The subjects may choose part of the objective world. For example, a astronomer is interested in the astronomy, that is part of the whole universe only. It is not entire universe. A biologist is interested in biology. A politician is interested in politics. So different subjects have different inclination or interest in different objective things, entities. So many of the subjects are involved in the study of, in the research of, in the invention of the different parts of objects of this great universe. Okay? Some of them are interested in the subject itself, and they are fascinated with the inquiry from where we have come. What is the goal of life? How this whole universe is created? When these questions are researched upon by the great scholars, by the great scientists, then a different fields of knowledge is created. A different field of knowledge created that is concerned with the subject, the person for whom all the inventions, all the discoveries are there to use and enjoy. We can, for the sake of convenience, say that the persons who are involved in objective world for researching, for engaging, for questioning, for inquiring, for researching, for inventing, for the objective world, they may be called objective scientists. They are very important. They are paramount for the development of the country, for society, for the world. We may name them, for the sake of convenience, to call them collectively as a common noun. We can say they are objective scientists. And the persons, the scholars, the genius of the world who are involved not in objective world but other than the objective world, they are involved in search how this subject should act. Who am I? Who are struck with the problem from where this whole universe is created. What is the source of life? What is the goal of life? From where we have come, and after death, where we will go? Is it only accident to be here, or is there any reason behind it? How a person should act in the society so that he will be not only a very great support and welfare for the society, but himself also. When the researchers, the great genius, the great persons research, invent, discover, unfold truth relating to subject, they are also scientists. So we may call them with respect to their passion of invention, passion of inclination towards subject, that all those persons are subjective scientists. Subjective scientists are those who are interested to invent, research, discover with respect to thousands of aspects of subject. Subject means the person per se, the person itself, the humankind in its own entirety, the humankind in isolation, the humankind as a subject, where they are fascinated by this very issue and they dedicate their entire life on the research of humankind, human body, mind, intellect, what is working through it, how it works, all these things. All the great genius who are working on this very aspect of subject are not only today, since time immemorial, all those great saints, sages, we collectively call them, for the sake of convenience, subjective scientists. Both are necessary. For the development of objective world, we need objective scientists. And who will use all these discoveries, all these developments, all these achievements? Who will use it? Subject, the mind, the human species on the earth. So how this human will use all these objective achievements will be guided by the scriptures, the scientific books written on tested scientific methods, personal experienced scholars of subjective scientists. Now, when we go further, we see that so many questions are answered by subjective scientists, not by sitting and closing their eyes and declaring anything they like. No. With a systematic process of logic, following the every scientific method of rational thinking, they guide us to a certain limit, and our logic, our reasoning mind, our intellect gets satisfied by all those logic reasons that, oh, this may happen, this may be true, and thereafter we again follow the method, and having followed the method, we by ourselves realize that very truth, experience that very truth, then only we can say, no, whatsoever has been told to us by the great masters, by the subjective scientists, are true and correct. When they are asked from where this world has come, how this universe is created, of course, when this question was asked, They, they were not knowing that neither the questioner nor the person from whom the question was being asked. They were not knowing the answer. What was the question? How this universe was or is created. How this universe is created. No one has answer at that time when this question was asked. Remember, please be careful, extremely careful. Because the moment we start talking about or talking on the matters covered by the religion or spirituality, we are tempted by our preconceived notion that whatsoever I know is the only truth. Whatsoever I accept or admit or believe is the only truth. And this is the first and foremost profound hurdle in your search to the real truth. So please be open-minded and start thinking by yourself, by using your own intellect. Don't believe me. Unless and until my words are logical, rational, and acceptable to a scientific method. Okay. When it was asked how this universe is created, no one was knowing that. So, the subjective scientist in his class, where this question was asked, suggested the students, let us assume, for the sake of our process, let us assume, just for the sake of our process of inventing or discovering who is or how this universe is created, let us assume for the sake of process only that it has been created by someone and name it whatsoever you like. We collectively name that very entity that is only a conceptual entity, non-existential entity. We are not knowing that very factor who has created the universe. No. Till we realize how this universe is created, till then we assume for the sake of process. Let it be X. Let it be anything else. Just in mathematics class, we assume, we accept, let it be X. In physics and chemistry class, we say let it be alpha, beta or gamma. In the same way, let it be X. Let it be Khuda, let it be God, let it be Brahma, let it be anyone that you like. Remember, when I say Khuda, God, Brahma, it doesn't mean that there is some Khuda, there is some God, there is some Brahma. No. Because we are not knowing at this time who has created the universe or how this universe is created. We are in process of searching it. We are in process of discovering it. Till then, for the sake of process, we just assume, let it be there a God, there be a Khuda, there be a Brahma, there is something who has created this universe. Think. The great subjective scientist never told us that God has created this universe. No. They said, let it presume till we discover how this universe is created. And start our process of inquiring. Start our process of discovering, inventing how this universe is created. Then the subjective scientist asked the students, why do you want a person, an entity, or a factor, someone there, why do you want such a person, such an entity, such a factor who can be called as creator? Why do you want to find such person? You want to know how this universe is created, and for this very question, why do you in hurry to name a factor, name a person, name an entity, God, Allah, or Brahma, or anything like that He is the creator? Students are confused. The great scholar, the great subjective scientist answered, because your question in itself is creating this very answer. Your question itself is stemming forth answer that there must be a creator. You are asking, who has created the universe? Meaning thereby, you are already presuming, you have a preconceived notion that this universe is created. Because it is created, so there must be a creator. So there is fallacy, there is a great error in the question itself. Think. And how this very fallacy, this very error comes in your mind, in your question. Do you know? Students are still in confusion. Confusion was removed by the great scholar. They say, in fact, in the outer world, when you are acting, you are living, you are enjoying, you are giggling, when you see any object, with the object, you are told that, look here, this very object is created by someone else. You have a mobile, you are told this is Reliance Mobile. So creator is Reliance. If you have a phone, if you have a mobile of Samsung, you are told that it is created by Samsung. It is with everything. You see fan, you see light, you see bulb. Whatever you see in this world, the object that you are using for yourself, or you are seeing others using, all the objects, whenever you see, you find that the objects have been created by someone. By this, slowly, by and by, and a wrong impression accumulated in your bosom that whatever I see, that is created. So when I see this universe, it must be created by someone. So when you see universe as a whole, you ask, who has created the universe? My dear friend, the things that are created by the human beings or by the animals or by the plant may have creator. But the natural things, they are in existence. They are in existence. They are not created by any other entity, but by the creation itself. Think. Due to the wrong connection of your thought with the objects outside, you see that because of the fact that everything I see is created by a creator, therefore, when I see this whole universe, this universe must have been created by some creator. And because I don't know the creator, let it be Khuda, let it be Allah, let it be God, let it be Brahma, let it be Vishnu, Mahesh, whatsoever you will. Think. So the first fallacy from this question we have to remove what this is, how this universe is created. It should not be asked. Then, but the existence is there. Then the question should have been or should be how this universe comes into existence, how this universe is manifested, how this universe is seen by us, is felt by us, is heard by us, is touched by us, is tasted by us. Think. Means there is no one who can be entrusted with the responsibility of creator of this whole universe, because it is natural phenomena which needs no creator. It is just a creation. It is just an existence. Existence need no other existence to exist. We go more deep in this with you all. We must walk with hand in hand in this very logical, rational argument. And you are all free to ask question if I am wrong. At every inch of our logical journey, we are ready to face eye to eye your argument against my every logic. And this is not my logic. I am just referring all these things from the finest, greatest, and the oldest scriptures of the entire world. When you insist, or we insist, no, we must take God, Khuda or Brahma or Vishnu, someone who has created this world, this universe as creator. We will believe it and we will accept it only, and we will not accept anything other than it. My dear friend, please pause a moment. Pause a moment and think over it again and again. The moment I say, or you say, or we say that Khuda or God or Brahma is the creator of the universe, how many things we have created in our conception? Think. I am pausing to allow you to think. It is highly intellectual class. we are dissecting the very religion, the very spirituality, going deep and deep into it. It is not a joke. Think. When we say that there is a God, there is Allah, there is a Brahma or Vishnu or Mahesh, there is someone who has created this universe, how many things we need for this very conception? First, there must be a creator, let it be God. There must be a God. Second, there must be material by which the God would be manufacturing the universe. Second, first, there must be a God. Second, there must be material by which the Allah, the God, the Brahma would be creating the universe. Third, the place in which the God, the creator, the material by which the universe is being created would be put in. And the fourth, the universe. The moment you say or we say that there is a creator, there is a God, there is Allah, there is Brahma, who is creator of this universe? You need four things. First, God. Second, material. Third, the place where God is sitting, material is put. And fourth, the universe. Think. So God is sitting. Let it dramatize. God is sitting. Material is beside him. The place is there. And in front of there, the universe. This is the picture. So God taking material from his right side or left side, manufacturing the universe and putting down it a universe before us. So, when the God is sitting and material is there, this very material has not been created by God. Think. The place where God is sitting is not created by God. Then who is the creator of this very material? Who is the creator of that very space? And who is the creator of the God itself? Think. When the creator is manufacturing the universe, then who is the person, the entity, the factor which is or who is created or manufactured? The God. Think. Therefore, if you reply or we reply, no. This God is also created by another God. This material is also created by another God. This place is also created by another God. Then the same question will apply to that very God, that very material, that very space. And it will go on. It is infinite regressia. It is fallacy in logic. You cannot end anywhere. Suppose you answer no. My God is not created by anyone. It is, my God is unborn. He has no father. He is no mother. He is not born. He is not created. And this is the definition of God. This is the definition of Allah. This is the definition of Brahma. This is the definition of Khuda. Remember, who is the person who is defining the God? It is you. It is me. It is we who are imagining a God with a definition that he has no creator. He has no father and mother. Think. When you are defining the God, then God is a definition. It is not an existence. It is only a conception in your mind, imagination in your mind, when you define in such a way God. Think. When you say that God is not created by anyone, God is unborn, it is without any father and mother, then why don't you apply the same definition with the universe? Why don't you apply this very definition to the universe? This universe is never created by anyone. This universe has no father and mother. Think. Think again and again. So when the moment we say that Creator is sitting outside from the creation and the Creator is creating all these things, we are committing blunder. Creator cannot sit outside the creation, because when he is sitting outside the creation, there must be someone other than the Creator who would be creating the Creator too. And if we say no, the definition of God is, definition of Khuda is, definition of Brahma is that he is unborn, he is uncreated, he is without any father and mother, then the simple question, my dear friend, why don't this very definition apply to the universe itself? Is it not fanatic? It is not stupid? That no, I will define my God in such a way, but I will not define the universe in this way. We are in logical journey. Think. I am not against any religion. Rather, I love each and every religion on the earth more than anyone. And I follow every religion. But in the name of religion, what stupidity is there, we have to remove all those stupidities. Otherwise, religion will not be a religion worth to be followed. We must think and then logically, reasonably, rationally. But we are again on that point. What is the point? This universe exists. Then how this universe comes into existence? By this very logical interpretation, we find that no, there must not be any creator outside the creation. It is not possible. Because when we assume, when we take this very answer, this answer has so many fallacies. We cannot define, we cannot answer this very question that universe is created by a God, by a Khuda, by a Brahma, Vishnu or Mahesh. We cannot answer this very question in this way. It is wrong. But universe is there. Even by Big Bang theory it cannot be explained. Because before Big Bang theory, what was there? The again question is there. Even objective scientists cannot answer it. You say Big Bang happened, a black star destroyed in with huge sound and this universe created. What was there before that? If you find before that entity was there, God particle was there, then what was before that God particle? It will be endless. Not only today, thousands and thousands years to come, you cannot explain the existence of universe in such a way, my dear friend. Neither by subjective scientist nor by objective scientist. The moment you say that it has a beginning, the moment you say that it had started a certain point of time in past, you would be lying. Not possible. Because from that very point, from where you would say that universe began, from that very point, I will ask, what was before that? And again when you will give me a point, no, this was the point, not that. Again the question will be the same. What was before that point? So neither by objective scientists nor by subjective scientists it can be proved that at a certain point of time this universe was created or came into existence, or by a God or by Allah or by a Brahma or Vishnu, it was created. It is not possible, my dear friend. This is not the correct answer to this very question. Interestingly, some of us will say, look here, God Himself revealed the answer of this question, that I have, the God, created this very universe in great anxiety, in great wonderment and awfulness. You asked, God Himself said you? How? You said, look here, it is in Veda, it is in Quran, it is in Bible, it is in other books. When you ask, my dear friend, how do you know that all these books have directly been given by the God? You answer, it is there in book. It is written in book only that God has sent it. Oh, okay. Please, again ask the question that this is, all these books have been given by the God Himself, is written in the books itself. And book is telling, book is enunciating, preaching us that God is there who is the creator. Think, A, book, B, the creator. Creator, this B is creator is being told by A, the book. And the B is the book given by the creator is told by the B creator. It is like that when I ask you question, whether is Sita's home, you would say me just in front of Gita. And when I ask, where is Gita's home, you say just in front of Sita. You will never know where Sita and Gita live. The book is saying, God has sent me. God is there because book is saying. This is argument cycle. You believe that this book is sent by God. You believe. Mind the language. Mind the word. You don't know it. You can believe thousands of things without any experience. That belief has no value. When I say I believe that sun is rising from the west, is there any value in my belief? It is not fact. A book cannot be authenticity on this very declaration that God has created this universe, because save and accept this very book, there is no other testimony at all. There is no other evidence at all. Book is saying about the God and God is saying about the book. This is viscous cycle argument. Endless argument. In a very famous comedian Chinky and Pinky, in a very famous award prize ceremony, they have acted like this. They are asked, who is Chinky, who is Pinky? And both simultaneously say, ye Chinky, मैं Pinky. You cannot identify who is Chinky, who is Pinky. In the same way, a book is saying is presumed to be sent by the God, and God is there, is being propounded by this very book. No other evidence. So on this ground also, you cannot prove the existence of any creator for this very universe. But the universe is there. When universe is there, but we don't find any creator, then we don't find it logical also that book has been sent by the God, because there is no such creator. By the logic, when it is not logical, how it can be said that we will get it after going beyond the logic? You can argue, it cannot be understood by logic. My dear friend, when it cannot be understood by logic, then what does it send? When I am illogical, irrational man, such a man is a worthless person, a heavy weight on this very earth. Irrational, mad people is not required for the society. When you say no, beyond logic it exists, my dear friend, till logic, at least till the logic, it must be logical. Then only after going through logic, we can go beyond the logic. We cannot throw away the logic. Because by logic only, you are trying to convince me that follow the path of righteousness, follow the path of religion, follow the path of spirituality. When my intellect is being convinced to follow the path of religion, to follow the path of spirituality, that very intellect has to be satisfied on this very point that it is logical to be a creator. And my intellect is not going to accept this very thing, because the concept of creator itself is very much haunted by, annihilated by so many rational thinking. So, by the book, creator is not proved. By the very logic of creator and creation, it cannot be proved. Now the third logic they give. If there is something there, if we are seeing some effects, there must be cause behind that very effects. Effects may be different, but cause may be one. For example, waves are different, but ocean are one. Ocean is one. Jewelries are different, but gold is one. So when we are seeing the effects of jewelry, waves, we see the cause behind that very effects, those very effects. Okay. When we see the universe with this very logic, we go more further in this very logic and we say that you mean to say that effects may be many, such as pot, the lamp, the cup are many, but the mud by which all these things are created is one. For example, waves are innumerable, but it is only ocean behind it who is changing in different waves, who is giving a strength to waves to dance. So, according to your logic, कार्य कारण सिद्धांत और cause and effects relationship, we can conclude, we can induct that effects may be many, but the cause behind it will be one. Think. This must be the first law. And the second, effects are nothing but the cause itself in different forms. Waves are nothing but the ocean in different forms. Think. The jewelries are nothing but gold in different forms. Think. The many different items of mud are nothing but mud in different forms. So the first law, effects may be many, but cause will be one. Second, effects are nothing but cause in different forms. And the third, from the effects, when this cause is removed, nothing remains. Think. From the waves, when the ocean is removed, nothing will remain. From the jewelries, when the gold is removed, nothing remains. Nothing is there to exist. Think. So when you say the Karya-Karan Siddhant, we found three laws. So when we apply this very law on this very universe, what we see? The pluralistic world, the world with its varieties of items, is nothing but one factor, one entity in different forms. There must be only one and one thing that we don't know what it is. We have assumed it, we have named it for the sake of convenience God, Allah, Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, or Brahma, whatsoever it be. So, the God must be one, the Allah must be one, Khuda must be one, Brahma must be one, and one only in different forms. Think. Applying all these three laws. First law was effects are many and cause is one. Waves are many, ocean is one. Jewelries are many, gold is one. In the same way, when we are seeing all this universe, the entity which is the cause of the universe, which is the reason behind the universe, must be one and one only. And this all universe we are seeing in different ways they are dancing. This is the first. Second, universe is nothing but this very factor, this very entity. Let it be God, let it be Khuda, let it be Allah, let it be Brahma. In different forms. Cause, the effects are nothing but cause in different forms. So, the Brahma is, the Khuda is, the God is in different forms. The universe is nothing but the God itself in different forms. The Khuda itself in different forms. The Brahma itself in different forms. Remember, Khuda, God, Brahma is not the creator. No. They are the cause behind the existence of this very universe, and they are means the God, Allah, Khuda, Brahma, whatever you made. It is one and one only, which is in different forms manifesting itself as universe. So, God is not sitting anywhere as a personified, individualized entity and creating the universe and throwing it down, or creating us and throwing it down. No. It is that very entity, it must be that very entity. By the logic, we see, which is none other than the universe. It is there in universe. The God is manifesting itself in different effects of the universe. And from the universe, when the God will be removed, there will be non-existence. There will be no existence at all. Think. Think very carefully, think. So, when does it come into existence? There cannot be any time. Because there is no creation, there is only existence. So, there cannot be any beginning of creation. And because there is no beginning at all, there cannot be any end. It is from infinite to infinite. Think. God, Khuda, Allah, or Brahma is nothing, something outside the universe. In fact, God, Khuda, Brahma is universe is being manifested as universe. So all the world, all the universe is nothing but God and God alone, the Khuda and Khuda alone, the Brahm and Brahm alone. And that has been declared by the Quran, the Bible, the Veda. Because it is there in Quran, Bible, Veda, and because it has been told by the Lord Buddha in different way, by Mahavir, by in Jin Sutra, in Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji, in Jande Avastha, not only but also by Lao Tzu, Confucius, Socrates, Aristotle.
यदि आप हमारे साथ हैं, पेटीएम या गूगल पे पर हमें सहयोग दें ताकि यह काम और बेहतर हो सके तथा जारी रहे. टू सपोर्ट अस, डोनेट अस थ्रू पेटीएम और गूगल पे so that this work may continue and improve.